Up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia. How's it going?
Good.
How are you? It's been a wonderful week since the last time I talked to you. What's been going on with you and your fam?
I always have to. I always need to write a sticky note because I always have it, and then you ask me, and I'm like,
Like it.
wait. What did
I did my homework. I actually have a pen and paper here with some notes myself.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, of what? I need to start doing that.
I'm on it.
Oh, I need to do that. I have a notebook. I just
there you go.
I need to fill it.
So anything fun happened? Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about what happened to you. Something weird and crazy happened to you at the grocery store.
Yes.
Tell everybody about what happened to you at the grocery store.
Oh my goodness. So I'm not a confrontational person at all. Just know that. Which obviously you'll see in a second. But like, I never go to Walmart ever. I typically just like go to. We have King Supers. I know people have like Kroger and Fred Meyer's, which are similar.
Yeah.
And so, but Walmart are the only places that sell these little toys that I buy at the kiddo that I tutor for. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go and grab a couple things that I need. I have some extra time. So I grabbed like some pencils for my classroom, some like milk, some cheese, like the basic essentials. And I'm in the aisle, and then like I turn to grab something and I go and put it in my cart and it's gone. And I was like, okay, my shopping cart can't be too far. Like it's around here somewhere. So then I like look down an aisle and it's not there. So I check the other aisle and I see a lady putting like Gatorades into the shopping cart. And I was like, oh, and like I've done this before where like you accidentally put like some, it happens. So like
it happens. Yeah,
I've totally done it before. So I was like, oh, hey, like I think you have my shopping cart. And she looks down. And then she looks up and she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh. And she was like, it already has the stuff that I need. And I was like,
what the heck?
Oh.
What the heck is wrong with people?
And then she's just staring at me. And then I'm just staring at her. And she's clearly like, I was expecting her to be like, oh, my bad. Like, let me take these. And you could have your
no.
like have your cart.
Oh my god.
And then she just stared at me, and then I just stared at her, and she just started walking, and I said, okay, it's fine. And then
what the heck?
and then I was she called you
next thing she says she called your bluff immediately. OMG.
And then I was like, what do I do?
Oh my god.
I
What the
had, like,
heck?
a couple options. I could go grab the shopping cart and go start again, but then I also didn't wanna, like, run into her again, and because that would be, like, super awkward, like
Oh my gosh. And then at that point, you guys lock eyes again. Somebody's gonna have to throw a punch.
and then, like, I'm sorry, but, like, you're telling
It's
me
like,
that you need 3 of those little Krabby Patties, and you need pencils? Like, and you like that specific milk?
you need you need one left shoe and like really?
Yeah.
You came here for one left shoe, seriously?
Oh, I do have a story about a left shoe, but,
Oh no.
uh, but then I didn't know what to do, so I just walked away, and I was just, like, standing at the entrance, like, I could go grab a cart and start again,
Oh my gosh.
or I could just
And then
go to a different store.
next issue thinks that she was a variant of Ambrosia, so she needed all of the same stuff. Ooh,
Oh.
that's a good twist.
Multiverse of Ambrosia.
Oh, there you go. That's what that is what it is.
It was, like, the
Ambrosia.
most awkward thing ever, so then I
Oh my
ended up
gosh.
going to King Soopers, and I
Oh,
just, like, walked away, and my husband was like,
crying.
"Why didn't you take it back?" Or, like, say, "Can I have my car back?" I
Was
don't
was he there with you?
No,
Oh
no,
my god. Okay.
no.
Oh
If
my
he
gosh.
was, he would've like, I wish he was there
I
because he would've, like,
he would have
marched
said,
back up to the lady.
"What happened?"
Yes, and
Oh my
I
gosh.
I
At that point, I think it's like you really need that stuff. I mean, listen, pandemic, people do crazy stuff in the middle of the day.
it was the most
It's a
bizarre
lot.
thing, and, like, the only things that, like, were going through my head was, like, "This is why I don't shop at Walmart. This is, like, the people of Walmart. These are the people that, like, my parents have
Listen,
told me about."
this is why they have invented curbside
Oh my
pickup.
gosh.
Thank you for doing that because that is forever what I am doing. Uh,
Yes, yes. I've never had my shopping cart jacked at,
uh-huh.
curbside pickup, so
Yeah, well, yeah, that's crazy.
it
That
was the
chick was
most
that chick
awkward.
was listen, that chick was hood,
She
Ambrosia.
I'm not gonna
She
lie,
was
she
hood.
was. Like, I'm not
She's
even like
that had hood, and you know what else was hood, Ambrosia?
What?
The halftime show. Did you see that?
Of
Did you get to see it?
course.
Yeah, Kevin Descent
Mm.
says that you should have followed her and wait until she paid for it and then took it all back.
No, that is,
Oh
like,
my
some cojones I do not have. Like,
oh my gosh.
I wish like, in my head, you know how you always, like, play out scenarios and you're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I would
Yeah.
totally" like, no, that happened and, like, I just look back and I was like, "I don't think I would have changed anything."
Like
Uh,
when my wife was sitting here and I'm like setting up the stream and doing other things, right? And she says WTF and I'm like, "Wait, what happened?" She's like, "Did you see what happened to Ambrosia?" I said, "No, is everything okay? Is she all right? Like what happened?" And I was like, maybe you guys communicating more than I'm like, okay. So and she's like somebody just jacked her cart. I was like, what? So, and then I immediately text you. I was like,
Yeah.
what the heck's going on, Ambrosia?
It was the most awkward, yeah. I someone said that that's my origin story, and I was like,
When you turned into you turned into a superhero that day. The
or a
most
villain, but I like the superhero part.
there you go. There you go. I can't yeah, I don't think you're not a villain.
No, I obviously couldn't even get my cart back. I was too scared. I had to go to a different grocery store.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh man.
Tommy was
If you did have a superpower in that moment, which one would you use on her?
because I am so like passive. Ooh, I think I would have been because I'm such like a passive person. I
Yeah.
think I would have just like turned invisible and just like took the cart back. Like nothing's going on. It's fine.
You all you hear is a squeaky wheel on the way out.
Yeah, that 1,000%. I think that's what I would have done. What
There
would
you
you have
go.
done, Joey? What would you have done?
Me? Oh my gosh. I don't know. That's like, listen, I'm so paranoid to begin with. So the one thing that I always do is and maybe it's me because I was trained by a mother who had 3 boys. And and every time that she walked away from the cart, one of us had to hold on to her purse and that cart so that nothing would get taken. And so I that's a trait that I that I keep. And I was like, I'm telling my kids, hold on to the cart. If we walk away, you guys don't leave the cart. I'm like,
No, good call. Good call.
so,
Yeah, I always like carry my purse with me, but
yeah.
apparently I should just and I, yeah.
But I do have to say this. I have not stepped foot in a grocery store in like 2, maybe 3 years. So
Really?
I'm good, Amber. I'm good. I just don't leave this room.
That's
I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac.
yeah, good
maybe
call.
maybe agoraphobia.
No, that's safer. Did you get a new setup? I like the back.
Yeah, I got some new lights.
Ooh.
Got
Oh
some
my
new
gosh, those
lights.
are the lights. Those are so beautiful.
Yeah, I got some new lights behind me. So pretty cool. But Ambrosia, did you get to see the Super Bowl halftime?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So did
Okay.
that bring back some nostalgia?
I have to be completely honest, and please don't like. I was never into like.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
I was never into, and that's not my realm of music. I was so excited for everyone though. Like, I mean, come on, I have black fingernails. I mean, come on.
I get it. I get it.
But I was
I was
so
pumped. I'm pumped.
excited for all of my friends who were super excited. Like they
Yeah.
were pumped. Like all my friends had like, I'm not here for football. Like I'm here for the halftime show. Like they were so pumped,
That's
and that
awesome.
made me like super excited to see. And I'm all about like more
Yeah.
representation of people of color in the halftime show and everything. So I loved that. It also made me laugh about how many people were upset about the halftime show. So because of that, I liked it even harder.
Oh. Well, I'm looking. The reason why I'm taking back Ambrosia is because there's some breaking news.
Oh,
I'm reading it right now as we speak, and I was like, what? So there's breaking news, everybody, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Kevin Feige, supposedly it said that there aren't going to be no more Avengers movies after Endgame. Ambrosia, you said that came upon this. Do you have a little bit more information in front of you?
yeah. Wait, how does that tie into the Super Bowl?
It does not.
Oh,
It was
I
just
was trying to
breaking
make my
news. It just came
connections.
up. There's no. This was breaking news. It happened
Oh,
right now as we're speaking. Like we had to
oh.
break in because it's breaking news. Ambrosia, you messed up my whole segment.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I'm just
sorry.
kidding.
I'm so sorry. I was like, wait, I was trying really hard to make the connection. I was like, wait, maybe Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent are going to be the next Avengers.
There you go. They are the hip hop Avengers, Ambrosia. That's the connection.
Oh,
The hip
yeah.
hop Avengers.
Yeah.
But Ambrosia, what the heck? Why is he saying that
Uh,
this is going to be the last one? Is it just because it's going to be the last one that they all form together?
yeah.
Are we possibly just going to see them in different iterations, or maybe all obviously off in their own movies and universes and things of that nature?
All right, here is the full quote from Kevin
Okay.
Feige.
All right.
Marvel Studios and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is now past their 10th anniversary, and with the release of the final Avengers movie, we finally completed a 22 movie Infinity Saga. So he says with the release, and this is what people are freaking out about, is when he says with the release of the final Avengers movie. And
Mhm.
so I personally think it is like do I think we're gonna have like cameos of like some of the stuff? Yeah. But I think like will it be the last time that we see them all like team up? I think so.
Maybe I think
Do you have theories?
l- I I I think because of the direction that we see like the Spider-Man films going, and the difference of like the Venom movies and things of that nature coming into to play. I think what we're seeing here is not not something that they wanted. I think they kind of wanted everything to kind of be, keep going. And I mean, come on, it's a cash cow. You want to keep it going a little bit, but but I think at the same time it's time for us to get something different. Maybe we get some West Coast Avengers. Maybe we get different iterations.
Yes.
Uh maybe we see maybe we can get some different versions of Venom. We get don't we have like Agent Venom and things of that nature? Like there's so many different things that we can
Oh my gosh.
explore.
there's a ton, but the thing that people are going to be upset about is it's change, and they're
Yeah.
constantly always going to be comparing whatever we have to
Mhm.
the Avengers and like all of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I should have.
OGs in the MCU, which like I get it, but also like they had to know like the way that Endgame had like left, like they
Mhm.
had to know like we can't continue like to expect Tony Stark to be the same Tony Stark. I mean, we see it in comic books all the
Mhm.
time. We constantly have this like this cycle, and it was going to have to come in the MCU eventually.
Yeah, and I should have read next issue's comment here before I even opened my mouth. It says, I think they're just going to call the movies by the name and events and leave the Avengers moniker behind. They could also still have Young Avengers, New Avengers, West Coast Avengers, etc., etc. So
And
I agree.
I'm gonna love this. Well, I'm not gonna love it. I just, for one, I just hate hearing people complain about stuff, especially stuff that they don't always know about. So I guarantee you, so many people, if we get one of those new Avengers, which I'm so stoked for because I loved
Mhm.
all of them, they're gonna just be like, this is just the Dollar Tree version of the Avengers. Like they're just trying to rip it off, and I'm like, read a comic book.
There you go. Yeah, and that's and that read a comic book, but also you know, if the movies are what gets you into comic books, there you go. I
Mhm.
that's the thing. We need to get that reverse back, right? How many different memes have we seen where they have like a movie theater and then the next to it they have a comic shop and everybody's in line for the movie theater
Yep.
for the superhero movie.
And it's so true, and I wish, because you could just uh I was just reading like Star Wars. I was getting caught up on some of the Star Wars comics, and I think so many people would get so like they would love the comics so much if they gave them a shot. But
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
the animation and live action is always going to take precedent over like the movies and
Yeah.
everything. But I just got done reading the Master and Apprentice,
Oh,
which is like
cool.
a book about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and it was really, really good. And like, I know, it just gets you like even more pumped, and I think you appreciate the art like as a whole so much more
Yeah.
instead of like nitpicking every single thing on the screen.
Super cool. Let's go ahead and move into our first segment. Ambrosia,
So
what do we got here?
I just read it.
He says next issue says Ambrosia's mutant power is she just whispers into people's ear, read a comic book, and then disappears.
That's so
But
good.
make sure that you listen that and stealing. Listen, you that may have been the catalyst that turns you into the villain, and you are the villain who steals shopping carts from everybody because you're just like this is gonna have this everybody has to feel this same feeling, this hurt that I feel.
But plot twist, I put comic books in their grocery truck in there.
Boom, and everybody thinks that you're like a bad person, but you're actually like really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. All right, let's go ahead and move into our first segment. What's on your watch list? All right, Ambrosia, this is the part of the show where we talk about what is on our watch list, whether it is in I messed it all up. I had a whole thing. Whether it's something you are watching now, you were watching, or it's going away, we're gonna talk about it right here on the show. So Ambrosia, me and my wife, we were talking about this, and I got some notes here of all the different shows that we watched in the
Oh,
last week. We
let's hear it.
watched entirely way too much movies and TV shows. That's all I'm gonna say. But what did you watch anything good over the last week?
Okay. So wait. I always have to go first. You go first.
Okay, you well, if I go first, it's gonna be the whole dang show.
Okay, that's fine. I could jump in because I feel like you've
It's all
watched
good.
more than I have.
Okay, well, over the last week, I caught the first episode of Bel Air,
Oh,
and it's like it's the reiteration of Fresh Prince of Bel Air on Peacock, and it was so good. I was actually very impressed.
What?
It's obviously highly dramatized but the first episode is very very well done. I'm excited. It's so good that I might have to get Peacock back.
Really?
I cut it off and thinking I was like, oh well, we don't watch it so much, and I cut it off, and now I'm just like, you guys stinking got me again. So
Where did you stream it from?
from Peacock.
Oh, from Peacock.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you can watch the free stuff on there, but if you obviously purchase the different tiers, you can unlock some of the shows and stuff a little earlier right now. And then I don't know how it works. Maybe they drop them later and into the free side of things later on after the
oh,
fact. But I want to watch it
yeah.
now.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's interesting that you said that it was good. I was very I can't I'll be honest.
Check it out. Go check it. It's
Okay.
actually it's if you were on the fence about it,
Yes, I was.
go check it out, at least the first episode, because I think you might be very intrigued, and especially if you grew up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I watched every single episode when it came out, as they came out, and
Ooh.
so I'm like, this is I'm down for this all day long.
Yeah, no, I always grew up watching, or I also grew up watching them. But I kind of walked in with a negative attitude because I was like how there's only so much you could I was very skeptical. So I'm excited to check it out since you gave it good reviews.
Yeah, and another thing that me and my wife did was we freaking blew through Ozark season 4 part 1.
Oh,
So much that we were blowing through it and we were like, "Wait a minute. Why does it feel like it's kind of wrapping up, but it's not really. It's like kind of heading towards a peak here." And I was like, "Is this the last episode?" And we looked, and there was nothing. And then, luckily, at the end, when it's over, it says part 1, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, you better not leave me on this kind of a cliffhanger, because it's freaking good." You got to check it out if you're.
okay. What is the premise of Ozarks?
So Ozarks is a guy who's he kind of gets caught, like he's embezzling money and things of this nature. He writes a crazy code to basically launder money, and gets caught up with the cartel. They make him work for them pretty much, and then all kinds of craziness ensues. It's such a good show,
Interesting.
but it has to do with a lot of drugs and the cartel and things of that nature. But
Oh, I
it's
can't
really
watch
good,
that then.
really
But
good.
I'm just kidding. No, I'll have to check it out.
It's awesome.
Um, did you watch I know that sometimes you guys get caught up in the cheesy love shows. Have you guys watched Love is Blind season
N
2?
Oh, no, we have not seen
Have
that. Is it out yet?
Yeah, have you seen season 1?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so I love
Yes.
season 1. I just started season 2, but yeah, everything's out. So I'm
That's
excited
awesome.
to
That's awesome.
finish it.
Here's another show, another movie that we haven't finished it, because this is the last one we were kind of watching. We started Kimmy on HBO,
Oh,
and
is that
it's Soderbergh. I don't know. I think he did. If I'm not mistaken, he did Ocean's, right? If you guys please let me know, because I can't look it up, but and he did all kinds of other stuff. I'm drawing a blank right now on what he's done. But anyway, it's really good. It's super intriguing, because it's like it very much reminds me of like the girl across the window or whatever. Like it's like one of
Yeah.
those things where people are looking out the window. You could totally tell that it was filmed during COVID, because people are like out, like staying away from everybody. So um and it's Zoe
Okay.
Kravitz as Catwoman. Next issue says Kimmy is very good. Good to see Zoe Kravitz before the Batman. Yeah, and I got some stuff to talk about
Ooh,
Zoe
cool.
Kravitz and the Batman here in a little bit when we get into the conversation.
No, I wanted to start that one, but I'm trying really hard to finish one show at a time. So I'm
Mhm.
working on 2 shows currently. I'm working on Cobra Kai, which
Yes,
like I
yes,
am oddly addicted to it. And I know it's super cheesy. Like there are some I'm like, really? But
yes.
then like there's some parts that I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
Mhm.
So it's yeah, so I'm finishing that one and then as well as All of Us Are Dead, which is like the Japanese zombie.
Yeah, yeah. And next issue did confirm that that Soderbergh did do the Ocean's movies.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Or yes. So awesome. Where was I going? So
Batman.
this movie's freaking awesome.
Kimmy?
Catwoman, yes, Kimmy's awesome. Catwoman, I'm going to be talking about that here in a little bit. But Ambrosia, there was something else that was super cool that I don't think I would have ever known about unless we would have like been flipping through and caught the person there. Summer of Soul, and this is coming from Questlove. You know who Questlove is, right?
No.
The drummer from what's the name? Oh man, I'm messing it up. Anyway, he's amazing. He's also done stuff with Jimmy Kimmel as well. But it does amazing work. I never seen. I didn't even know that he was doing documentaries and stuff. But Summer of
Oh, The
Soul,
Roots.
The Roots. There we go. The Roots. I don't know why I messed that up. So JL's here in the house. JL says, just so you know, Ambrosia, the reflection of your monitor is visible in your window, so don't put anything unsavory.
Oh no.
There you go. But Summer of Soul, it's a really cool because it talks about it's a documentary about a festival that happened in the same summer of Woodstock, but it was
Oh.
an all black festival, and it was amazing. And I remember seeing, like, watching other documentaries. There's one in particular about Nina Simone, and it showed some footage from that actual concert. And but supposedly the footage of this thing was filmed and all that, but it was kind of like it was whitewashed because they swept it under the rug, and because Woodstock kind of outshone it a little bit, but it was just as equally as awesome as Woodstock, because those two,
Interesting.
it was in the same summer, but it got squashed and hidden underneath.
And what was
And
this called?
Summer of Soul,
Summer of Soul. Okay, I'm gonna write
and
that down.
it's a documentary, and it's on Hulu. It's awesome. We freaking watched it, and we stayed up super late watching it.
Ugh, I
It
need
was
to get
so
a pen over here. I
yeah,
have a
it's so good.
notebook. I think I have a
I'll
high.
send you
Oh.
we'll send you some links about it, but it's such a good if you are into music and you're into that old school gospel black Nina Simone type stuff, me and my wife have this love for Nina Simone and her work, that so much that at our wedding we played one of her songs. So this is such a cool thing for us to sit down and kind of enjoy together. So
I love that so much.
really
See,
cool.
uh, a lot of this music isn't up my alley. However, I love to hear the history about it. And especially right now in like our class, we are learning about like the civil rights movement and everything.
Yeah.
And something that baffles me every day is just the like the gap of like students now
Mhm.
to some of like these major historic moments. Like there was a question that came up that like we were looking at pictures of like civil rights movement, and obviously pictures are just in black and white, and a student asks uh at what point did the world come into color, because they thought
Right.
that the world was just like black and white,
Mm.
because that's all they saw in the pictures. And so like being able to dive deeper into what it was like back then, and even like learning so much about some of these amazing people that have impacted the world that we don't get to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I
and it has a
definitely
99% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I take that with a grain of salt. It's Rotten Tomatoes.
right. It's Rotten Tomatoes, but no, it's absolutely worth the time to sit back and watch. And I just got to say, I was watching it and I was like, oh my gosh, whoever is producing this thing, they did such an amazing job. I was so impressed. I'm very impressed with Questlove now with his documentary skills. Like,
Yeah,
he killed it. Him and his team, like, he chose, like, couldn't have chose the more perfect team to do that.
I love that.
Yeah, amazing work. JL says, did you know a lot of the photos from the civil rights movement were actually taken in color and were turned black and white to make them look like it happened longer ago than they did.
Well, and it worked because and I
Right.
hate that so much. Um, because it did work. Like so many students think this
Mhm.
was like something that could have happened. I mean, kids also have no concept of age. I got called vintage today. Um, a student had a shirt that said vintage 2009.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh.
like, oh, that's the year I graduated. And she's like, oh, you're vintage.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
thanks. But the concept of time is so bizarre to them, and seeing stuff like that just makes it even more. And so, bringing up a picture of Ruby Bridges and reading
Mhm.
a story about Ruby Bridges, they think that she was died and this happened hundreds of years ago. I'm like, no, she's still alive, and they are just baffled.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree. This world is weird, Ambrosia, now.
Yeah, they steal shopping
Like
carts.
like it was cool for a while, and then now you're now the world is that friend you're just like, "You used to be cool. Like, what happened to you? There's the
Ugh.
you used to be cool."
I know, and I mean, we have been we're still banning books and being super
I know.
toxic, and I hate it.
Yeah, Ambrosia, do you have anything on your watch list?
Like I said, just Cobra Kai, the cheesy Love Is Blind, and what's the other one? Oh, All of Us Are Dead. Which that I'm finally. I'm on episode 5 I think I'm on episode 6, and we're trying to there's finally more in
Mhm.
depth meaning
Yeah.
behind it, and I know. Oh my
I
gosh,
was gonna say, Ambrose, that was my next that's where I was gonna go next. How did you feel about that final episode of Boba Fett?
I
Like
had all the feels. All of the feels.
Okay.
I also made friends. Like yeah, I made friends. I wore a really cool Naboo shirt,
Yeah,
and
I saw it.
I've been wearing it for 5 days in a row.
Listen,
But
listen, this is the one thing I have that's the problem with it is if it's Book of Boba Fett, you should have had more Boba Fett.
yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, I feel like it was
We could
more
have
of a
called it Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
We could have called it Mandalorian 2.0 or like Mando Fett. I don't know what you want to do, but it was not a full episode. It was not a full season of. It
Boba
feels like
Fett,
they were like, we got extra episodes that we filmed and they're amazing. We need to turn this into something awesome because
which
this is
is
not going to work in a season, but
which
it'll
is
help
so weird
for
because I
this.
feel like the Book of Boba was just so short as it is, and there wasn't. I feel like it was a filler show. I feel like we got more things.
It feels like if it's like it's one of those like you have a run or you have an arc, and then you need at least a one or a few issues in between to kind of get you to the next arc,
Yes, and I think it
or
did.
at
And
least that's how some people do it.
overall, I loved it, but I'm not going I definitely think that they should have rethought the name of it wasn't truly centered around Boba Fett. But I'm so happy with the amount of we had a ton of cameos in it. It was
Mhm.
fun.
It was
Honestly,
the book of
I
cameos.
yes, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It's more Star Wars stories. I'm not gonna majorly complain because
Yeah.
it was just great to see all of them like Cad Bane and
Mhm.
uh just yes. Okay, I'm glad you brought that
Would
up
you write
because
a Rancor?
that is something that was never we don't really truly know what happened to the Rancor. Is he alive? Is he dead?
Right? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's get into some of that here in a little. Okay, he says that's a question for both of you. I would love. Listen, I will definitely write a Rancor if they are cool with me.
Yeah, if we what did they call it? Imprint? Was it imprinting?
Yeah, yeah. But Mando got on there. He got tossed off, right?
Yeah.
So
Um and let's just talk about Grogu and his little chain
Grogu.
vest.
You okay? How do you feel about that? How do you
What?
feel about Grogu choosing Mando and not becoming a Jedi?
Well, we kind of saw that coming because in the we know that Luke says that Kylo Ren was the first student in training. And so it
Yeah.
couldn't have been Grogu because Kylo was the first
Yeah.
first Jedi
Yeah.
student. But I was happy. I'm all more about like we don't need to have like no, go be happy, go be with the person you love. So I loved it. I was okay with it.
I like where JL's going. He says, I feel like if Grogu had stayed with Luke, he would have gone dark. He would have gone to the dark side. But think about this.
Okay.
Just swap Kylo Ren with Grogu. And obviously do a better job. Right? It says, and Grogu would have been much more of a bigger problem than Kylo. Yeah, because I feel like he probably has he feels like he's more powerful than Kylo. Yeah, what do you think?
I definitely agree, and I think that's why. I mean, like, look how we have an entire season, 2 seasons of everyone trying to hunt down the child. If he wasn't
Yeah.
as powerful, then that wouldn't have been that. And also, like, Luke really did fight for Grogu, but ultimately, like, it was up to Grogu.
Kevin says, let Luke made Grogu make the same choice he had to make. Luke left Yoda to save his friends, but still became a Jedi.
Yeah.
So do you think that we might see Grogu, do you think that Grogu has a parallel story alongside all these other stories where he's still continuing to train and on his own, or still trying to, because he looked like he still had powers.
The final scene of the of Grogu taking a nap with the Rancor was just great.
That was adorable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's just like, I was like, oh my gosh, he's so freaking adorable. He's laid down. He's like, it's all good, dude.
I forgot how much I loved Grogu until I saw him again. And I was like, okay, this is why he stole America's heart. If one person can bring us back together, I think it was Grogu.
Yeah. Awesome. So how do you feel? Where do you think that do you think that where do you see Grogu's story going?
I definitely could see them growing. And I think it'd be cool if we saw more Ahsoka in there, and maybe she would do some training. But however, I'm still not happy with her and her like, Mando, you can't go see Grogu. He made his choice anyways. But I feel like eventually Ahsoka's gonna come in and do that.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about some DC news now. Let's go ahead and move on to some DC news. And I don't know if you saw this, and everybody, I hope you're excited about this one, because they just greenlit season 2 of Peacemaker. Is this one getting you excited?
I am super excited for this. We talked about, like, for one, the intro. Like, I know we talk about the intro almost every time, but like that is seriously an intro that I watch every single time.
Yeah,
because it's just too good.
Every time the intro comes on, I'm like, should we change? Should we stop? Should we
No,
and my wife's like, no. She's like, every time.
Yes. I am pumped for this, and I think like they're doing some really good things here. And so if DC keeps it up, we can have some really great content.
JL says, but going back to Grogu, he says, okay. Who would you rather take a nap with, Grogu or the Rancor? I mean, come on, dude. Grogu's cool, right? The Rancor, he's chill. He's like,
there's a possibility of dying, but
the Rancor is like your pit bull that like he's good, but you don't want him laying on your lap. He thinks he's not a lap dog. Let's just say that. He says, I still haven't seen any Peacemaker. We are fans. Are we fans?
Yes.
Yes, be
Yes.
fans. Yes, be fans of Peacemaker. You will actually be impressed. I was like, all right. I hated his character in the movie, and then watching this, I said, okay, there's more to this character, and I love what you're doing with this. Give me more, so I'm cool with that. I'm down with this all day.
Um, the casting of it, and ooh, did you? Oh shoot, did it happen when we find out who? That the relation of the family relation. I don't want to give spoilers out, but was it this episode or the last
I
episode?
don't think we have anything like that yet. No.
Okay.
Next issue says, I wish they had announced season 2 tomorrow after the finale. Would have been a nice surprise.
Uh,
Yes, that would have been cool, right? Um, who knows? Some of this stuff might be leaked. I'm sorry, for saying when it should have been. I
who
didn't
are your
know.
sources, sir?
I can't tell you who my sources are. If I do, I would have to kill you all. Not really. I don't do that.
That escalated very quick.
Yeah, very quickly. No, I will never do that, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I feel like a horrible person. I feel like a horrible host now.
You just
So
threatened everyone.
I know that I did. I did. Where are we? Is there any more DC news? Oh yes, there's a couple more because we got
Ooh,
Batman coming up. Why am I?
yeah.
Look at this. Well, there's news that we could be getting a oh, no, we could be getting a a Catwoman spinoff, and JL says that Joey is in deep go for PR. And the next issue says no, it wasn't leaked. James Gunn tweeted it. There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
from the
Maybe
source himself.
he shouldn't have tweeted it a day early.
Y-
There we go. But yeah, we could be getting a Catwoman spinoff. I don't know because this is one of those things with you're starting to get everybody in front of cameras and stuff like that and do interviews because they're starting to do their press tours and all that stuff, right? Because the movie's coming out here in the next few weeks for the Batman, and we're gonna start getting all kinds of news. And one question that was asked is, could we get any spinoffs, any Catwoman spinoffs? And Matt Reeves said, I'm not. We don't have anything, set up right now at the moment. But we're not gonna, throw that idea out the window just yet. So,
Good.
um,
And now are they looking at?
Zo-
I'm curious to
Zoe
know which Bat woman.
Catwoman.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes. I hope that listen. Please, Zoe Kravitz looks like she's doing a really good job in this role. Please don't tell me you're like, yeah, we're gonna give you a Catwoman series and it's
But
gonna be Halle Berry.
oh no,
Please don't.
no, I don't think they would do that. No, not with Zoe Kravitz.
Next issue says, did you all see Michael Keaton's new bat suit? No, I did not.
No,
Ambrosia, pull it up.
I
I did not
don't.
hear.
Okay,
Maybe, yeah. Maybe okay. I did not pull it up, so I didn't see it, and that is one thing that I should not have missed. What the heck? Why did I? Listen, we're on the stream right now, and I know that there's some things that are popping up, some brand new stuff, because I keep getting my
Mm,
my things are telling me that there's news dropping. So we'll talk about it next week, but if we can get some of it on right
I'm
now.
looking. Yeah,
But
now.
yeah, super cool. I'm excited about this because I have a really I really want this movie to be good. And I'm about it right now because like I said, I just wanted to do good, Ambrosia.
I did too. I walked in again with a negative mindset.
Mhm. Same.
But after watching like the trailer and everything, I think I'm excited.
Yeah, I think so too. So excited that here comes some more news about
Oh,
when they remember how I was saying that when they're doing the press tours. So Pattinson and Reeves said that they want a Death in the Family sequel.
what?
Yeah. So
Oh, I found some pictures.
okay, cool.
Okay, can I?
If you can share them,
Okay,
I will set it up
sure.
there, and we'll
Okay.
put it. But this is
Wait, I can share my screen
yes. Share your screen,
right
please.
now.
Yes,
Okay,
if you
we're
can.
doing it.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it. Share your
okay,
screen. And
okay. Here we go.
let's see. Where's it at? Here we go.
Okay, we're gonna go here. All right,
Boom. Oh, what is that?
and then we have This one.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Oh, and then all right, so we can see
Yeah.
him
Oh
and his.
man.
I am pumped. I'm so
Oh,
excited.
that looks so cool.
Guys,
I'm
I'm
really
really
excited.
hopeful.
Oh, next issue message us on Twitter. He probably sent the pictures. Yep. Here we go. Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna throw this one here once I send it to myself. And let's send it to my I can send it to my phone, to my computer, Ambrosia. Look at that. Fingle
Oh,
dangle technology. Look at that. But yeah, this is super cool. Ambrosia, I'm excited for this. This looks really awesome.
the only thing I'm nervous about, like I said, is like the ADHD in me. I'm gonna have to bring some fidgets or something. 'Cause
Some
it's gonna
fidgets
be a
for what?
long one for Batman.
Oh yeah. How long did they say it's gonna be in?
3 hours.
Was it gonna be 3 hours?
Yeah, like 2
Oh my
hours and
gosh.
55 minutes, and that's not even including previews,
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
they oh my gosh. Yeah, they better I wonder if they're gonna do like an intermission. Do you think they will, Roja?
No. No.
No?
No. I wish
I
that, like, they
almost
would
think
throw up something like, "This would be a good time to go to the bathroom." No,
right,
I
right.
I think, like, as I've gotten older, like, my ADHD has just gotten, like, worse. I'm constantly, like, fidgeting and, like, I'm playing with the kids' fidget toys, and so it's gonna be, like, a long 3 hours. But I'm pumped. It's gonna be great,
Yeah.
but, just bring adult diapers and,
Bring adult diapers. Look at there it is.
Oh,
There it is.
that's so much
There.
better.
Oh, that looks so cool. Oh my gosh.
Guys, we are so
Yes.
#blessed.
Oh, that looks so cool. That suit looks dope. Okay. This is what Keaton's Batman should have looked like. Like that's
Mm.
all day long. I'm down with that all
Did
day
he
long.
was he the one, or who was the one with the pointy, you know what? Not ears.
Oh, Val Kilmer or no, yeah. um, let's talk a little bit about this here. Pattinson and Reeves, they want a Death in the Family sequel, but this is the one thing that made me wonder here what this was about, Ambrosia. Are they alluding to there being a Robin in this movie?
I hope so. I think that's
That's what I
something
got from this.
we need.
That's what I got from that because they were like, we want a Death in the Family sequel. The only way you can do that is if we are introduced to a Robin.
I hope so. That would be. We need one. It's been too long.
Right. Next issue says, y'all, with DC multiverse and MCU multiverse, anything is possible, which is absolutely true. And we got the Elseworlds and all that stuff. We can have so many different versions of these things. Like they could even have, like seriously, we can have Elseworld tales, and they could be the same actors and actresses, but it's just a different tale that isn't, in canon. So I mean, come on. We can do anything. It's comic books.
It really is. And I think in my head, I'm super pumped about it because knowing like the comic book world, they literally could do anything. But then also knowing like this restraints of like just negative Nellies of of society will hold it back. I don't know. I'm just really, really grateful that we have so much amazing stuff coming out.
Yeah. I'm
DCU MCU crossover. Yes.
ooh, yeah, anything is possible. Listen, this is one of those things where I was like, ooh, this would be so cool. This and what a really cool time to do it. Right now would be awesome to do like one of those crossovers. Oh man, JL, you just got me excited about that. Ambrosia, let's talk a little bit about Marvel news.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna talk about the Doctor Strange thing just yet, but
Okay.
because we only have two things to talk about here. Let's talk about this. So, No Way Home surpassed Avatar in the box office. How do you feel about that one? I feel like um they're just gonna pull another shenanigan when they're just gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna do another showing of Avatar, guys." Remember they did that?
No.
Who did they do that with? They were like, oh, they're gonna surpass us. Well, we're just gonna throw the movie back out there again.
Oh no, I don't know what it was.
I forgot what it was, but you remember when we were talking about that?
Yes. Oh shoot, it's gonna bother me. I'll have to check it out. But
I know, right?
honestly, I'm really excited. Like Avatar was great, fabulous. Don't get me wrong, but when the heck is No Way Home coming? Oh, right.
Here's the
Yes.
thing. I news on that. I don't think it's actually going to be hitting Disney Plus. This is. I mean, it's there's a deal going on with Disney and Sony, and I don't know where it's going to land. It might just be out on demand everywhere. I don't know. But they're just. That's the last thing that I heard when I was doing some of the research. Last thing I heard was they are. Maybe it may not come to Disney Plus. It stinks.
Yeah, that makes me sad that they are doing that.
That's what it was. Next issue says when
Oh,
Endgame surpassed Avatar. Yep, that's what they did. They when Endgame surpassed Avatar, they're just like, we're just gonna go put that movie back in the theaters again for you guys. So, here it goes. I mean, if they do this again, it's like literally, you're gonna sound like a like a. I'm gonna take my ball and go home kind of a thing. No Way Home will be going to stars someday. He says, "Oh, I need the." um,
wait, what's the VOD? What's VOD?
I don't know what is the VOD. I need the VOD. Please tell us what the VOD is. JL says so many people have someone in their household who is immunocompromised. To be like the only way to see this is to be in the theaters during a pandemic, just so they can get their box office ratings, is really BS. I've been saying this on video on demand.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying this for quite some time now, Ambrosia.
Mm-hmm.
When me and my son went back to the theaters and we saw them preaching, and I don't know if you saw during the Super Bowl, they were saying only in the theaters or exclusive. Like they used to say only in the theaters back in the day, right? And it wasn't all crazy. But now they're saying exclusively in the theaters, and you're just like, oh, you guys, it's almost like you're really like pounding that period in, or that exclamation point in at that. I was like, oh, that wouldn't hurt, kind of a thing. Um,
Video
and
on demand.
yeah, you just saw that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Ambrose, you're awesome. You're awesome.
Sorry.
Blurting it. Video on demand.
My bad. No, I really wish that they were more inclusive. Because there are people who who have those immune compromising, and
We don't go out.
no, and I have definitely stopped going. I was going out more, but our school are doing masks are optional, and I
Uh,
am definitely a minority and wearing a mask. So I literally just go to school, come home, and change my clothes, and yeah, no, and I wish that they would do that. Yeah, you're already paying for it.
whoa, what am I doing here? I'm trying to close that out. Um,
So I am gonna be sad if it's not on Disney Plus.
Ambrosia, did you see the Doctor Strange trailer?
Multiple times. I'm so excited.
What rumors have you heard come out of this?
Everything and everything. Like I there's so many rumors. I saw I'm really excited for America Chavez because we saw her.
You saw her.
Yes.
We heard a voice that sounded like Xavier, Professor Xavier.
Yes, yes. About all the X-Men stuff, which again,
That's all. What other stuff did we see? Did they say
I
Deadpool? People are saying that they. So here's the
I
thing. Here's the thing that our buddy Adam Barnhart to work. He works for comicbook.com,
oh,
and he
that's
wrote
right.
an article. He wrote an article, and I read it, and his theory is kind of, I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, people are thinking the Illuminati. Yes, that's the what they're thinking here, and
Oh, variants. We saw the variants.
yeah.
Uh,
So this is the thing. We also heard last week that Rob Liefeld uh was saying that they are doing screen testing all over the place, right? And he says that you everybody's gonna get what they wanted. All the rumors, and basically all the rumors are basically true. I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys and he's amazing, but sometimes you have to decipher through some of Rob Liefeld's words, but he's an amazing person. But it's some of the stuff that he was saying sounds like this could be just test footage maybe, and they're just kind of throwing it out there, and maybe how much of this footage is actually going to make it into the movie. uh
What?
so how many times have you seen them do this stuff? Like they've thrown things out there to kind of just throw us off, and things don't actually make it into the movie that were in the trailer.
How
They
do they
do
do
this
that? Okay,
kinda-
this is the naive part of me. They do that?
They've done that they've done that from the very beginning. Like I've always, like, even when I was a kid, I was like, wait, I didn't see that part in the movie. Like where's that part? It's
Ooh.
always been like that.
What? See, I hate sometimes how I just have my head in the sand with things, and I just trust everyone and everything, and including the Walmart shoppers. Um, but I didn't realize that they did that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's so but that's the thing. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Who do you think we're gonna see? Do you think we're gonna see all these cameos and all these things happen?
Um, I think we are going to see a lot of cameos. Because I definitely know that's like if they said that if everything that we're expecting is what's going to be shown, then I am expecting a ton of cameos. Um,
But
I'm
are they gonna
curious.
stick around?
I don't think so. No.
It's gonna be like it's so this could be like one of those. Well, obviously we know this the storyline, right? It looks like there's more. The multiverse is breaking, right? And it's coming through, and people are coming through, just very much like in No Way Home, right? So we're gonna see
Well,
pieces of people within, just like we did in No Way Home. But are they there? It's
and then that's the thing is that like with No Way Home, I feel like it was a little more structured, because we have they were only playing with like three different. I don't know. I feel like it is more structured than what they are giving us now because at this point
Mhm.
it's like anything is possible. Um.
I mean, it's literally shards of glass breaking, and I think
Oh,
I think they literally just put things in there just to kind of tease you,
well,
and
and
go
to
ahead.
get you talking because then we even saw Captain Carter's shield and like in the glass. And so, are they going to
Yeah.
bring in like the What If series as well?
So here's what the theory. Like, they obviously we saw, they're gonna bring in the kind of a little bit of stuff that we've seen in the What If series, and and it's gonna kind of just kind of all go together, and you're gonna notice that all these series and these shows and these movies, obviously we're all going to this direction. They told us that's what they were going to be doing with these movies in the first place, right? But
Hmm.
now it's playing out in front of us, and it's unfolding, and I'm just like, yep. Okay. All those other phases were freaking awesome, and this phase is completely different, especially the way you guys are doing it, and I'm down for it.
No, I am too. And that's like, I think I will never really play into the rumors just because like I feel like Marvel always has stuff up their sleeve that they're
Mhm.
never going to be 1,000 like transparent about. And I think I don't know. I like I said with like all of them, I just like to enjoy it for like when it comes.
Yeah. Well, what's their track record? They do this quite a bit, right? They give us some amazing, like next issue says, he says, I think the multiverse of madness will be a nice way to say goodbye to a lot of older characters, which is what we see a lot of times in the, the comic books
And
when they
people are
do
going to
these big,
hate that.
right? We see these big events happen, and we say goodbye to some main characters. How
Mhm.
many times have we seen that in, obviously we see it in Marvel, we see it in DC. Everybody loves to play with that.
Mhm.
And I agree with next issue.
Well, and the thing is that as comic book readers, like we are used to it, but the general public is not. And so this is where, like, I think right now Kevin Feige is getting like pushback after he said that
Mhm.
like Avengers is like the last Endgame. People aren't ready to let go, even
Yeah.
though they ended it beautifully. People aren't gonna be ready to let go
Yeah.
of the OG. But like, I am really excited for all the things to come, and a lot of the things are gonna be different because we have our society has moved and have pushed boundaries when it comes to like more people of color, more women in those powerful roles compared to like Captain America and like the first movies that we saw. And
Mhm.
it's going to bother, and it's going to just continue to to move forward and to be
Yeah.
more progressive. And I think it's going to definitely stir the pot in some realms. But overall, I'm stoked.
Yeah. Next issue says also, can we talk more about Sam Raimi directing this film? OMG.
Oh,
Yeah, seriously.
yes.
I love Sam Raimi. Obviously, Army of Darkness. He did the Spider-Man movies, right? Amazing, right? And the first listen, I watched the Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
with my 4-year-old and my 10-year-old or my 11-year-old and all my kids, right? And that scene where Doc Ock is on the table and the arms just take flight, and it's like my son stopped, my 4-year-old, and he looked and he was like he looked terrified. There's some seriously, like, there's nothing more sinister and scary than like the shots that Sam Raimi thinks out. You're just like, oh my gosh, that works so perfectly. Just literally following the movements and yes,
I will
master, complete
never
master.
however, I will never forgive him for emo Spider-Man in the dance scene. I can never unsee that moment. I don't know why it
Oh,
bothers me so much.
come on.
It
Come
does.
on. That was the perfect. Yeah. Oh
No.
man.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's all the Marvel news I have, and we're running over on time, Ambrosia.
No.
Because we just
Elizabeth's gonna yell at you this week again.
I know, right? So let's talk a little bit about what's in your pool list here. But so let's talk about Ambrosia's pool list breakdown.
Hi.
All
I'm
right.
so proud of you. You didn't exit out of the podcast.
I know it. You know why,
You're
Ambrosia?
growing.
Because I'm
Why?
not using my stinking Apple mouse.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I've got a regular mouse today. So whoa, what's going on here? Get a hold of
Magic.
yourself, Joey. Get a hold of yourself. Come on, man. You know what the heck's going on, man? So obviously today this is the part of the show where we talk about Ambrosia's pull list breakdown. Ambrosia, please tell everybody what we're looking at right now.
I am stoked. We have Queen Goblin, which is Ashley Kaffa, who is the psychiatrist over at Ravencroft. And we have just say we already held it. Yeah, yeah. And so I've been really, really excited for the Spider-Man. I like, this is probably one of like my most favorite books weekly, and especially because they have been weekly because we've been switching out like
Yeah.
writers and stuff. So it's been so much fun.
Yeah,
Oh, and we have Black
good.
Cat in here, and like the teamwork and everything in here is just fabulous. I I've loved it so much. Ooh, the Batman the Night. Have you read issue 1 yet?
I've not read issue 1 yet, but this
Ooh,
cover is way cool.
you should check it out.
Yeah,
Well, for one, it's Chip. Like Chip
yeah,
Zdarsky. He
I'll
has been a
check it
fan
out.
favorite of mine.
I do have this both of these issues in my Dropbox.
Ooh, yeah, you should check him out though. Because I think we see a different side of the relationship between Alfred and Bruce, which is cool.
Nice.
Hulk issue 4, Donny Cates, Ryan Otley, fabulous, going good.
And this is a gorgeous cover.
Yes. Marvel Voices Legacy. So, one of my coworkers, she follows up. She takes a big part of the Native American community, and so she heard about the Native American. I think it was Marvel Voices Indigenous. Last week, and so she was like, I hear that there was like a comic book that came out, so I bought her first comic book. So obviously I had to go out and like get all these variants, and so she was like interested, and I was like, dude, like let me show you them, like they're easily accessible. And so it was really cool because I haven't besides students, I haven't given an adult a comic book, like the first comic book. So
that's really so cool. Awesome. Ambrosia, I'm so freaking proud of you because that's what it is. Like helping somebody fall in love with a comic book, one person at a time or one book at a time. Like, and so that's awesome.
I was super pumped. And so I got her these really cool variants that they had that are just beautiful. This one is for Black History Month. So it's focused on that. As well as Nubia. In the Amazons. This has been a really, really great story that goes beyond of the Amazons, beyond Wonder Woman and what we know. This has been super good.
Cool.
Ooh, Primordial. Yes, I saw next issue said that too. Issue 5 that had me, so I'm really pumped for this one.
Nice. And that's a cool cover too.
Oh, Rain. It also takes place in Boulder, which is like it's in Colorado, and so I also had a little like, there's Boulder, which is interesting because it's written by Joe Hill, which is Stephen King's son, and Stephen King also writes a lot of Colorado stuff. So secretly, I think they live in Colorado. But yeah, I'm super pumped for Rain, super pumped for Silver Coin. I love them all. Devil's Reign Superior 4. This has been a fun, kind of crazy story.
He's giving me the eye.
Oh, tell her we yelled at you. Tell her.
Oh my.
We did, Elizabeth. We yelled at him. I promise. I did my job.
This one's cool. Time before time, and that my wife was just telling us the time before time. That's what she was saying, guys. That's all she was saying.
This is a fun story of time, basically time jumping.
Oh my gosh! There it is. There she's throwing a heart out there for you guys.
I promise that we told him.
JL said he totally yelled at me. I've been missing all you guys' stuff. I'm sorry because I had this picture up here in front of it. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. I missed. Here we go. Walking Dead.
I've been rereading these. Not rereading. I've been reading them for my first time. Super pumped. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they're doing the
deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've been buying them. Venom issue 5. I've also been liking Venom a lot. So it's been good.
This one's cool.
What's the furthest place from here? I am super behind, but issue 1 was amazing, and I'm super pumped to get caught up.
Well, that's not super behind. It's only on issue 4, so it's not too bad.
Anytime I'm like a week behind, I feel really stressed.
Okay, yeah.
And behind.
I understand that feeling.
But this is another independent book.
I think that's all you got there.
Amber. Oh, that's all I got. Guys, I could have dinner this week.
Yeah. Oh, and here's one cool thing here before we go. I wanted to show you guys Funko. The Funko fair is going on, and there's tons of stuff to be picked up. And this one was cool right here. I
cool. Love that one.
I'm cool if you guys listen. My inbox, my mailbox is okay to receive these. Just letting you guys know.
That's so cool, right?
Super, super cool. So Ambrosia, before my wife comes in here a third time and I get yelled at and she starts unplugging things, not really. She won't do that. But
we love you, Elizabeth.
We love you, babe. We love you, Elizabeth. Everybody said. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us right here on Wednesday Warriors. Ambrosia, please let everybody know where they can find you on social media, please.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ambrosia_Glinda, at TikTok at Comics and Cupcakes, at Comic Book History Lessons, which I just recorded, and I will send it off to my editor of chief, and which will be diving into the Justice Society Association, the JSA.
Yes.
And then check out Scout Comics because they have some amazing stuff. And then the people who run the accounts.
That's us. That's us. And make sure you guys also follow The Experience. That's where we are streaming from right now. Make sure you guys go to YouTube and type in The Experience. The way I look for them is The Experience Comics because they're affiliated with comic books. So that's how you'll pop up. And check it out. And make sure you guys subscribe because we're going to be running some of their social media stuff too. So very soon you're going to be seeing some really awesome stuff come from Ambrosia and I. As well as my show is back. The House of Indie has dropped 2 episodes this week because I have 10 in the can ready to release, recorded and needed to be edited. So if you guys head on over to houseofindiepod.com, you guys can listen to some really cool episodes there. I spoke to the creator of Trakovi. It's going to be coming out in the next couple of years for Scout. I also talked to Richard Davis, the creator of Cult of Dracula from Source Point Press. He's also on the Netflix show Swap Shop, and I talked to him, and that episode dropped today. And guess what? He has new episodes of Swap Shop out in Netflix right now. So if you guys go to Netflix and watch Swap Shop, there's season 2 just dropped today. And Richard Davis is there. He's the comic book guy. He is the LCS owner of Nirvana Comics in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I got to talk to him about Cult of Dracula. So make sure you guys do that. This Friday, I'm dropping another episode of House of Indie on Friday, where I talked to 5 Meats Comics, the creators of Mashbone and Grifty, and they just joined Chispa Comics. So stay tuned.
And speaking of cults, check out Cult of Icarus because that also came out last week and this week kind of is weird.
Yeah. So make sure you guys head on over to all those cool places and check us out. And make sure you guys find me on Twitter at Joey Galvez 1984 and all kinds of cool places. Just type in our names and you'll find us. Super cool. Ambrosia, please remember everything and let everybody know. We already did all that stuff. I don't know why I'm doing that. My wife's in here and she's like giving me the eye.
She's making me nervous.
I know I feel like my mom's like hovering over me and like tapping her foot. But anyway, we thank you guys for hanging out with us right here on The Experience. We'll see you guys next time.